It's a funny thing, but the further north you go in Australia, the more interesting the characters become. And we have reached the lovely far north Queensland town of Cardwell on the coast. Beautiful town, and we found a beautiful caravan park as well, run by the lovely Colin. Hi, Colin.
How are you going?
Very well indeed.
You're flirting already, beautiful Colin.
Well, you're here. That wasn't flirting if you weren't. Anyway, another time.
You digress.
Yeah.
Colin, thank you for joining us on Food, Wine, Pets, Travel. And for those that don't know this lovely location, tell us a little bit about how long you've been here and why it is that you've stayed.
I've been here 20 years, 9 months, 3 weeks, 1 day and 3 hours, but I'm not counting. I just happen to know the date and day and time that I took over. I came here out of the caravan industry. I've been in it for a long time, since 1976. And I came here because I wanted a nice place to raise my children and somewhere where I'm not that busy that I can still go to their swimming carnivals and be there for their Friday presentations and that type of thing. Came here, promised them that they wouldn't get dragged from school to school, and just loved the place and stayed.
But I noticed you've got them actually working for you in the park office there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I suppose they've got to earn some pocket money somehow.
They've got to do something. They've got to pay their board. But my daughter's still here with me. She still helps out. She's 22 now. She's got a full-time job in Tully, which is 50 kilometres to the north, not quite. But she's here if I need her, so that I can actually have a break and go and have a drink and
Fantastic.
Let me head down.
Of course.
Look, it's very thirsty up here in far north.
It is very.
You've got to keep hydrated.
You do, absolutely. Yeah, and you don't want to drink water because you know what fish do in it.
We took the opportunity today. We stayed a couple of nights here at your fantastic park, which is called
Cardwell Caravan Park or Cardwell Van Park.
Okay, and it's very quiet. That's what we like, except the birds.
The birds, the curlews. Like my friends, the curlews. Little roadrunner. Sounds like somebody's being choked to death.
Yes. They make that noise.
They scream as though somebody's being attacked or raped or murdered.
And in the middle of the night, they don't sleep.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
I just thought it was someone else. And anyway,
fascinating bird.
What are the fun things to do here aside from listening to you singing?
Oh yeah, singing Friday nights. Yeah,
Friday nights, Sunday afternoons. Local. There's it's a quiet town. Fishing and of course the scenery around the back with the mountains and the walking trails, the water holes, although at the moment of course they're a little bit dry. There's a couple still flowing. It's just a beautiful area. The local country club puts on a good turnout on a Friday night and a Sunday afternoon. They have Sunday sessions. The local hotel puts music on Friday nights and most Sunday afternoons. So there's a few things to do. But generally it's a quiet, relaxing, small fishing village. Something that I remember Port Douglas being back in the early 70s before any development happened up there.
Okay. Sounds a little bit like you'd prefer there wasn't big skyscrapers here.
Don't particularly want to see big skyscrapers here. We are a landlocked village, so certainly not in my lifetime, but it will happen. We're surrounded with state forests and national parks, so there is only a very narrow strip of land unless the government at some stage in the future releases further land further to the west.
Well, it looks like we can hear in the background we've got a couple of clients coming up.
Yeah, my daughter can look after me.
Oh, okay then.
There we go.
That's what she's here for. Well, I hope she's there.
We'll soon find out.
Yeah.
But this is a 7-day-a-week job for you, and we happen to arrive on the best day of the week to arrive at the Cardwell Caravan Park. It was a Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon scones from May till September. I do afternoon tea for everybody in the park, and we choose a charity each year. The last 2 years has been leukemia. We raise money, we usually have a raffle and gold coin donation for scones on a Friday afternoon. And as I said, at the moment, leukemia, but in the past we've supported juvenile diabetes and other various good causes, and we have a bit of a laugh. It gets everybody together, gets people from one corner of the park and the other corner of the park who normally would only say hello as they pass in the amenities, get them together and they have a chat.
Got to meet some very interesting people, as you would expect. You've got a few longer-term people here. How long is the longest-term resident, apart from yourself?
Probably about 16 years. Wow. They all started coming and going as tourists who decided they loved the area and requested to stay, so I allowed them to stay.
Good. Fantastic. Well, we love it. We want to promote the area because we think it deserves it. It's a beautiful environment, and the people are very friendly. Everyone you listen to is wonderful. Yeah. They've got stories to tell you.
What they have.
And I guess if you had one thing to wish for the future for this area, what would it be?
I'd like to see the government take responsibility for the boat ramp that they own, the waterway that they own and control. And it's a real problem for this town and for the whole coastline between Townsville and Cairns, that this area is very sadly neglected by every level of government, from our local council, our state government and our federal government are sadly missing out on promoting what they say they'd like to do, is to enhance regional areas, and they are really letting us down.
I'm sad to hear that, but however, we will make sure that your voice is heard.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.